Welcome to the podcast. Oh wow. Sorry about that. I don't know why OBS just decided, hey, I don't want to do audio anymore. Let me check my uptime of this computer. I want to make sure like Windows to update overnight. Because sometimes I usually leave my computer on that. No, okay. OBS is just being a weirdo. Because sometimes I like to leave my computer on overnight, and sometimes Windows automatically updates outside of active hours, which is nice because you gotta keep your Windows updated, but annoying for like stuff like OBS. Like. As you can see, we're serving some money for the Trevor project. $5 gets you in the giveaway, which I hope to do in July during Steam Summer Sale. So we're gonna do like a Steam game up to probably 20. I don't know yet. Either Steam game or Steam card. Either way, it's gonna help you, especially during the Steam Summer Sale. You've raised $45 for feeding or Red Cross, sorry, or $50 for Trevor project. So I can do good math. We do a first shoot stream, not a long one because it's, well, maybe. It's been weird. Summer's been kind of up and down weather-wise, well, temperature-wise, but 100 cooking stream, 200, which is the main goal, was a baking stream. I did not expect Foilers to be a Stanley Cup final, so I'm glad. I was wrong. I mean, regardless, it's going to cover it because it's the Stanley Cup final. Let me undeafen. Yeah. But anyways, wow. Alright, so yeah, it's 7th, we lost 5-3, and I was like, man, if we lose again, we are cooked. As the kids say, Oilers would have been cooked if they lost. But now we go to the 29th, which would have been game 4. So I pull that up. I'm on a summer schedule, which means I am not streaming as much. And right now, I want to speak on two things while I pull up. Okay, so the fact that Sergio Perez got re-signed is kind of shocking. He's not been... if I could spell stars, that'd be great. Yeah, but it's kind of weird that Checo got re-signed. It's even more annoying that IndyCar may be going to Fox next season, but I'll talk more about that later. First, we are on talk of hockey. Window capture, properties. There we go.
Dreisaitl is flanked by Ryan McLeod returning to the lineup along with Corey Perry.
I feel like this was a turning point of the series.
In game number 4, Jamie Benn comes out against Connor McDavid's line. Zach Hyman nearly came up with a loose puck at the Dallas line. Benn playing in his 100th Stanley Cup playoff game score. Wyatt Johnston walked in and has a first-minute goal.
All right, we'll watch the rest of these later. I just realized it was just on a Wednesday, so. All right, so let's change the credit to Apple TV. Where's my I keep scrolling right past it. Don't. You can tell the rest is on. Russ is on. I don't know.
From the weekend, as DeAndre Yedlin returns to right wing back as a starter, moving player of the match day, Luca Orellano to the left. Nick Hagelin moves into the back three from the weekend. 34-year-old Teal Bunbury starts with Sam Surridge on the bench. Alex Wheel draws into the midfield, as do Drew Yearwood and Ta Anunga, of the only head coach they knew prior to the change weeks ago, Gary Smith. Underway tonight. It is midweek, and it is still a major event taken off his foot by Alex Wheel.
You can tell how scatterbrained I am today.
As well, and the foul is committed.
And we've seen already from Nashville's side of things under Rumba.
I'm just going to blame the heat and not the fact I haven't streamed in 9 days.
They've made it hard to find any weakness. Dado Valenzuela lets this go. This is Orellano. Fire save made by Willis, and the rebound cleared away by Zimmerman. Taken here by Nashville again, and Drew Yearwood plays centrally. This is Mukhtar, gives it a go, and fires wide. This is Acosta. Terrific ball ahead. Wobodeau into the attack. Obina Wobodeau continues on, plays it across, it falls for Kelsey, saved by Willis. Lovitz looks to get it out of harm's way. They recycle for Yedlin, plays it across, Wobodeau again, still a live ball in the 18, and somehow Nashville will get out of Dodge.
I know I say this every time, but why does MLS the entire sponsor, man?
Able to pick up more. His shot save made.
I've never understood why Major League Soccer needs an entire sponsor.
Cincinnati, they switched off from the throw-in. It was far too easy for Nashville.
It is Mukhtar who takes the corner from the far side. The Golden Boot winner in his MVP season of 2022. Get some air under this.
I totally forget how many goals he got when he got Golden Boot. I think it was like.
And what do you know? It is Nashville that opens the scoring. They have a 1-0 lead at TQL Stadium. What an impressive start.
And because he makes that run to
the post, it's almost having it in my hand.
Zimmerman goes up, and there's 3 Cincinnati players that go with him. They go up with him. You see them all in the same line. That leaves the space then for Mayer, who gets in front of Hagelin. And it's a great header just to get that direction in it into the far corner.
If I could spell Golden right, that'd be great.
The importance of Zimmerman's run just there. Take 3 players out of the way.
There we go.
That leaves Mayer 1 versus 1 against Hagelin, and he's first on the
which is
spot.
most goals of the season. I think there should be a Golden Boot of Audi Golden Boot, which is Golden Boot for playoffs.
Look at Mukhtar go.
23. Wow, I was just a bit off.
Fires and scores. Jacob Schaffelberg off Celentano. And what do you know? This place is stunned. Nashville is up by 2.
What I will say is that Cincinnati have been taken by surprise by this Nashville press.
14 and 24 games is not
that
bad
leaves a space then for Mukhtar.
for a weird ass 2020 schedule.
You just see here, because Mukhtar's now created the space for himself, Hagelin has to come in. Schaffelberg then scores at the near.
I wonder if, I'm just looking at past Golden Boot winners, I wonder if Joseph Martinez is for league record.
But that is the
I'll have to
bravery
look that
that we
up
spoke
in a
about
little
with
bit.
Nashville.
It's 31. It's like goalies just peeve themselves when we see it.
Waiting on it, plays it across. Kelsey gets it a go, fires it wide.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
Worked ahead by Nashville. This is
I suppose it was a Royals game on the radio. Jack Michaels after
plays it across, has two options, and the shot takes a deflection out. It's a Nashville corner. Kelsey, switch to the left side. Orellano brings that down, plays centrally. This is Buka, shot!
The Parker West tactics makes me wonder how Nashville has any fans.
Second half begins with Cincinnati's 7-match winning streak on the line. Signal by Mukhtar. Able to play in, this ball headed. Lucho for Orellano. Lucho Acosta again.
I love how they don't show live like what was disallowed. It's like, oh, it's disallowed. Go back to watch the match on Apple TV. So you can see, oh, it's disallowed.
Still Yedlin works it out.
I'm guessing it's offside. I still forget.
Still Yedlin. With a able to play in.
Let's
Signal
see.
by Mukhtar. Able to play in. This ball headed.
How did Nashville only win 2-0? I'm going to be honest here. Nashville probably should have won 3-0 because I'm not seeing where anyone's offside. Unless it hit his arm before it hit his head. But yeah, I guess it did hit. Does it? I don't know how that was. Even as a Cincinnati fan, I don't know how this is clear and obvious to overturn. Like, I know it's supposed to be no goal if it's a handball, even digital or not, but Nashville fans should probably be upset because if it comes out as a tiebreaker, if goal differential is key. So I don't understand how Nashville didn't win 3-0. Alright, we're gonna move on, but I'm tracking my brain trying to figure out why that goal was disallowed. Let's say I had a different angle of it. I mean, I could watch inside VAR if it's up, but honestly, from that, I don't see how any other angle would be clear and obvious that was a handball.
Deflected safely into the arms of Willis. Lobjanidze has added another for Atlanta United. Acosta for Cincinnati plays it across. Santos saved by Willis. Orellano finds space.
I don't see where that third goal for Nashville was disallowed.
Top of the 18. Quick shot save made by Willis. That's Kelsey looking for his 4th of the year.
I'm just so confused, guys. Like I said, may have to watch inside VAR if they posted it. I don't think they posted it over the weekend, so we'll talk about it during Sim Saturday. But I don't. Clips, the official sponsor of my Shake Racing. Yeah, but honestly, I don't see why Nashville only won 2-0.
Santos is cleared away.
I'm very confused why they called that goal back.
Orellano thought about it. Instead, the long-range shot by Assad rolls safely to Joe Willis.
So I know it's not a
key moment in the attempted
comeback. It's supposed to be disallowed, intentional or not, but Willis, like I said, I really didn't see a handball on that third Nashville
the other way for a goal kick.
Wherever assistant ref stands, I don't know how they saw it.
And Mukhtar plays this in. They get the header towards goal. It's blocked away and cleared. Now in transition.
Like, if Nashville play like this, they should make it. Stadium. Where's my phone?
Was for Cincinnati to reel off 7 consecutive wins in the neck-and-neck race with Inter Miami in the East. This one is over. Rumba Montali with his first win.
Oh, look at that. Even if it's Messi being saved, it is just shot by Messi. All right, let's go back to Oilers highlights. So. Apple SN, what's that? With Apple TV app for Sportsnet? Oh, excuse me. That's 420. It's really 420, so. Alright, we're gonna go to history.
For Dallas.
Chris, there's exactly what we were talking about before.
See, what I like about Apple TV is we're able to stream 60 frames per second.
Turned over, a flip over the head of Kulak, and you've got Johnston coming right in, and he doesn't miss very often from there. But this play is made by Jamie Benn. Just a great play up and
Still
over
got a stick
the
handling,
alley-oop,
man.
and then that first shot.
I actually feel for Stars fans because we're actually chill. If you follow me on Twitter, we're frustrating with officiating, which I totally get. Officiating this playoffs has been dog water.
Hits with 2 points in his return to the lineup. Looking for Robertson, and Skinner has the save.
I think Rafty's going to be hard to solve, but I think Rose can do it.
In Game 3, he just looked like a different player from then on.
Florida has home ice advantage.
Deflected by Stankoven, and
Yeah,
Dallas has a 2-goal lead.
That's a very convenient sponsor.
One draw by Jamie Benn, 2 little passes back, and watch Nurse hits him right in the rear end and underneath Stuart Skinner. You know, bad luck can follow you around, but I haven't seen too often. Maybe a little bit of a stick.
And right out of the gate tonight, that contagious flow going. 2 goals for Dallas and have yet to yield a shot, Chris.
7 of the last 8 goals in this series scored by Dallas, Kyle. There's a puck played in front, a loose puck, Skinner down and hit off.
For Stuart Skinner, just so important to just settle into this game. You get your confidence, get settled in, but look at all the bodies in front. He didn't see where the original shot was, and he was able to react and just get a piece of this one as the backhand.
As you can see, it's a rough start from the Oilers in this game.
Just kicked that away. Stars defenseman, and look at the Donov again, poaching at the Oilers blue line, as we've seen a few times in this series. Donov centered, just under the reach of Steele. Not a good bank off the boards, and back in comes McDavid. Going to the net, shooting, and after with the stop, it looked like he had a little room on that.
So yeah, play Alberta. Well, if these athletes can't cause gambling problem, gambling. What could have caused these problems?
Lindell on him, and Johnston will play it out to center ice. No icing, and Kulak could play it.
Yeah, but
Spins in his own zone. On the tape to Perry. A touch over the line for Nurse. Back to Corey Perry. Right on. With the front. Scores. Ryan McLeod. And the Oilers are on the board.
that was just an unfortunate defensive breakdown from Dallas.
3 additions that jump up. Nurse does a nice job of jumping up and then blocking the lane out for a little bit. The rebound as Suter runs into his goaltender and McLeod. His first goal in 30 games comes.
Man, Suter owed Oettinger a 12-pack of beer after that. Not just a beer, but a 12-pack. Like, bro, you almost put your own goalie and you concede a goal because of it. Like, I think if Stars end up making finals of Edmonton, Oettinger would be one of my favorites for Conn Smythe, which is the playoff MVP. But right now, I think for playoff, Conn Smythe's favorite is McDavid or Draisaitl. On the Panther side, it could be saying Bobrovsky's a good one, which I agree with, and Barkov, which I need to look up his numbers, but Sportsnet is saying it. I agree with it. I love Sportsnet. It's my favorite non-American sports coverage. Sports network, I should say. I remember checking my phone, if anything, all of a sudden, the Oilers side it. I was like, what in the heck happened in this period? And now I know. I wonder if it's smoke is synced with a goaler, or if it's like on separate frame. It's technically smoke is pyrotechnics.
Hard to make a pass across the seam, but very easy to create a rebound.
No, smoke is pyrotechnics, I should say technically.
He's not trying to score there. He's trying to get it over where he knows he's
No, for mascot just chilling.
Here's Connor McDavid. Hyman plants in front. A Bouchard blast went off.
The Bushbaum almost went in.
over the battles for the puck. The front of the net jammed with all bodies. Everybody collapsing back to the front. McDavid with some quick hands pops it out front. And this one just right sliding through. You could see McDavid thought he was going to go. Is this one going to go in? And it was Hyman actually who kicked the stick and got it in. Let's have that angle. Oh, it's going to be awfully close. But you don't see that very often. Sliding right across. Now comes up with it.
Were I going to attack on your stick? I'm not sure. Maybe it would have.
Off the goal stick. That was going in. Off the screen. Nugent Hopkins gets it back from Bouchard. Once again, McDavid fires after the stop. Hyman can't find the rebound.
Yeah, now it's just the first period.
Just like game number 3. And the Oilers looking for a better second period than they've had.
Well, we had the reverse first and second period of game 3 in that one period alone here.
Evan Bouchard looks up ice. Up ahead to Draisaitl. Gets one to the end. A backhand stop by Oscar. Zach Hyman was thrown.
Watching this one up above. A long stretch pass.
Do we even have grit clips in Canada?
In the middle. Yeah, Ottinger able to get across and get the blocker on. A nice read there.
I mean, we will have to for showing it because we are mostly Canadian sponsors.
But the wraparound from behind.
No, it's all Canadian sponsors, Sportsnet.
Here comes Robertson the other way. Jason Robertson to work his way in. And Stuart Skinner shuts that down. And Mark gets that tied up in the corner. Comes loose to the line. Oh, a fumble puck there. But ends up on the stick of the Dallas Star. And Harley will shoot down.
Yeah, I had a feeling because there's really league-wide ads. I was in the car for that. On my way home from FCC highlights we just watched, or from a match, not from highlights. Yeah, you can tell I'm scatterbrained. I haven't streamed in 9 days. I usually try not to go this long without streaming, but stuff happens.
The Dallas Stars doesn't allow them to get back into the lane, and then a softer pass across. Not an easy shot to make. Look at how Janmark gets it up into the top half of the net. Brown just lays it over, and that last adjustment.
It's 22 straight kills for the Oilers.
We only got one shot right power play, which really didn't help Dallas. Obviously, the more shots you get from board, chances at the goal you get. Yeah, that. Yeah, it was a. But I'm not going to complain if paying for a swim with Stanley Cup. I'm going to be happy for Bobrovsky if he gets the Stanley Cup. Especially off the garbage you went through in Columbus.
Tries to keep a 4-game road winning streak alive. The Oilers trying to put an end to their only losing streak of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Onto the ice for Dallas. Oh, that's a huge hit. And down goes Bouchard. Puck to the line, kept in by Ben. Bouchard able to get up and stay in the action. Score! From distance! Matthias Ekholm!
Wish we could have done that at Game 6. It made me feel a lot better. Especially since they made it a 2-1 game. Yeah, it was your final Game 6, but...
inside 2 minutes to go. Pavelski with a chance as he's tied.
And then Wednesday, obviously, for the Cyber Series. Oh, that was just like glitch. Alright, I believe next would be Game 5 of the highlights. May 31st was Friday. So, more hockey highlights.
Lines and some just great matchups, and this has been such a tight series. You know,
Which this became a best of 3 series because the series was set at 2, best of 4. Sorry, best of 7. We tied at 4 becomes. We tied at 2 becomes best of 3.
Here's the first stop of the game for Skinner.
Caterpillar, the official construction company of the National Hockey League.
Miro Heiskanen has lost more ice time than anybody in this series and works his way in, looked short side there, and it was stopped by Skinner. And McDavid will wind it up, but now it's Bouchard giving it back to 97, in with pace, and a shot on Ottinger that was steered aside. Bouchard moves up
and back to McDavid, and it almost pays off.
Big hit there by Hyman as he nailed Sam Steele, and here's McDavid back to the
Boom. Base boosted, I don't know why.
Here's another chance, and Kulak stopped by Ottinger on the forecheck.
Honda for power dreams, my lord. I'm gonna hear so many Honda ads when I get to mid higher race. Because it's the Honda 8200 presented by Finca. What is presenting cars this year.
Sagan sweeps it across. There's Rupe hits a back hit. No stop rebound. And that is denied. Oh, what a chance for
That's my Google. I mean Apple Watch.
and Stuart Skinner stands tall.
Presented by Pacific Hybrid.
Chances. Here's Robertson going to the
2025 Pacific Hybrid, I should say. Oh, it's 24 Pacific Hybrid.
and it's pulled away from the front of the net. And Draisaitl will get it out of harm's way. Start with a couple of
No, it's 25, which probably means we're gonna have it on display. Honda's always sponsors it because there's a Honda factory really close to a track.
A Bouchard bomb doesn't get to the net. Centered in front. As Draisaitl one time the center pass. It's still not over. 10 at back, under 7.5 to go.
Outtrader.ca. My lord, that sick handling was beautiful. Let's watch that again. I'm sorry, I don't. Yes, I know it was for biddies. But that was some beautiful sick handling, man. Like, I look at All-Stars jersey. I forget what year it was, though.
Draisaitl for McDavid to Bouchard. 3 minutes left. Scores! Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has the kickstarter in Game 5.
Haven't seen a lot of in the last little while from this power play is just the straight setup for the bomb.
I'm actually just need to check the radar, but
in front and it pops right over. You just never know what's going to happen with the chaos of a hard shot. Ottinger.
Broberg back. He got positive reviews from the coach after his Stanley Cup playoff debut. That one. He'll hit the bench on a change as Heiskanen plays it back. Out comes Connor Brown. In comes Logan Stankoven.
now a paint sponsor makes total sense. Like PPG, they probably provide for ice paint, and I know they do net paint, but they probably do for ice paint too.
timid and nervous. And
postseason for the Oilers, but a quick clear here for Dallas.
I miss the actual on-ice logos instead of like with additional logos. Like
Nugent Hopkins to the net, scores! He's doubled down, back to back, power play goals.
Me and the chat. It's gonna be so awesome to see Stanley Cup final on the video boards of Rogers Place next week, because game 1 is Saturday, so game 3 will be Wednesday probably. The reason they had to wait is because the possibility of a Stars final, and the Mavericks already made the NBA finals, so there's a possibility of having to schedule on the NBA final, which makes sense. Both teams share the arena, and you can't legally kick one out without breach of contract, or at least, I guess, if it's, well, at least it's the contract. I think, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but not what Kit Kat thinks NHL. Although Rogers is pretty awesome.
Philip Broberg from the point. His first Stanley Cup playoff goal. He came close minutes earlier, and now it's a 3-0.
The momentum changes with another big goal, but it's also who gets it. Right through a beautiful screen. Duchesne gets right by his leg. Ottinger doesn't even really react. Late up and over the glove. There's another great sound as it hits the post and goes in. And Broberg,
that was so close to leaving the zone.
Great sound as it hits the post and goes in. And Broberg,
that was close. I should say close-ish to leaving the zone. That wasn't really close.
He's the kind of guy that has the
close would be if you keep it on the line, but that's a cross, which would have made it offside, even no goal.
Sagan with a weak backhand, and Ekholm and center on the tape for McDavid with Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins with 3 2-goal postseason games in front. And McDavid unable to come up with that off the star.
How up oven, flatbread pizza.
McDavid will fly back in. He spots Hyman.
From Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop.
Stop by Ottinger on a power move by Zach Hyman.
A lefty in the defenseman, so your stick is a little bit vulnerable to the outside, and so why not take it?
Perry gets it through. McLeod kicks it back. Nurse at the line, Rick wide, and it comes to Ekholm. And that shot right on, looking for a rebound, was Perry in front, and Dallas clears. Through for Pavelski, and he'll send it in. It gets a change. Sam Steele, the quick pivot in the zone, and Heiskanen shot. Wide of the mark, kept in.
The 2024 NHL Draft. Why we do it with Spear instead of T-Mobile Arena? Because the Spear is cool and new. Honestly, I'd rather see a T-Mobile Arena than a Spear because, you know, if Vegas is hosting their NHL, their arena they built just for NHL should be able to host it. The Sphere is also by for F1 track, which obviously has to wait with now, but we will cover the Las Vegas Grand Prix.
It is the longest run to the playoff for them, and that one hits Skinner and Heel. Jamie Benn into the skates of Robertson. Heiskanen again.
So
Robertson down low, booked it. Skinner across. Robbie Johnston with a huge stop.
But here's the great down low to the little bumper spot, and a shot by Johnston.
Excuse me.
But desperate times clearly here with the Stars down 3 and 20 minutes to go, Chris.
So here we go.
I do take a long chug of beer after start of the period. It's like he knew that it's like he knew it was somehow Jover, even though it's 20 minutes left. Jover, I love saying Jover.
Be able to make a pass, but you could see a little bit of chaos in front as Johnston goes one.
I already know who I'm rating. Screaming Doggo.
Shot is off the stick of Draisaitl. Back for Stankoven. He'll send it in behind the net.
Let's just think today. Oh, this usually starts at 5.
Stuart Skinner, another for each other.
Well, remember the one that Stan Coven didn't shoot earlier, and there's one.
Mostly because she has a day job, then she streams. So
watch that little extra toe.
Ahead it goes, looking for
I keep going right past first. Trevor.
Again. And it's right for the foot to shade. Stop. Another big one by Skinner.
Yeah, at 4 p.m. Central, which is 5 p.m. for me. But anyways,
Get a comeback kick started. It's this one. Ben out there with the kids. Stank over to the line. That shot scores. Harley took it. Tipped in front.
yeah, then you're like, oh no, Dallas is gonna get back into this, aren't they?
Goes to the net hard. Keeps the play alive here, and then Jamie Benn, a little kick to Stan Coven, and Harley makes sure this one gets through. But how about that tip? He turned his stick upside down. Watch the blade of number 53.
He turned his stick to Australia?
And is able to chip it up. That's almost an impossible play.
Because Sunday, the Edmonton Oilers are going to get a chance to reserve their ticket to the Stanley Cup Final. They've won Game 5, 3-1.
All right, let's watch. All right, this is gonna be a funny one. But I watch highlights of IndyCar now. So racing out of 30 minutes.
Here we go, green in Detroit, as Mark Royce, the president of GM, waves the green. We're away, and they fly down towards
The Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix.
Herta's got the inside, that's the preferential line. Oh, and Will Power.
Yeah, that was just a horrible start to.
And it leads to a 4-car stack up.
I don't know how Santino still has a IndyCar
Along with the
license.
2 Dale coin cars of Vautier.
That was an obvious
Harley.
caution.
Cautions out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars.
But MRCT was probably like, oh my gosh, I don't get paid enough for this.
Pato award. Ferrucci's around. So Will Power got an early launch, but was unable to flick his car around. There's going to be rear wing damage, so he has to come to pit lane anyways. But now he sits stalled, desperately hoping he can get refired here by the safety team before he goes a lap down.
And Herta's on the gas.
He's on a jump right now is Colton Herta, and I think that played out really well for him, Diff. He's got 5 car lengths as they come down that straight.
And watch Joseph Newgarden, the 2-time Indy 500 champion, that red car.
Gas is 379 in Detroit. What a rip-off.
Inside, heading to turn 3, they're all defending. Kirkwood goes to the outside.
I find it funny that there's a speedway by the track, and now the official fuel partner is Shell.
Will have the line into turn 4. Scott Dixon now defending in the blue and orange car behind Newgarden.
So
and still Colton out front. Here comes Christian Lundgaard on the outside in the high.
I was like, you okay, Lee? There.
That's too tough. He knows he's got a fast car. He's ready to race. He also clipped the right rear tire of Scott Dixon's car in front of him with the left front corner of his wing. That can sometimes cause punctures, and a big lunge down into turn 8 from Lundgaard makes it work. Wow, he is fired.
To be
up
fair,
from
the cars kind of look
yesterday.
similar,
He had a car that should have been on the front row of this grid. There was a little refueling hiccup in qualifying, and it kind of stopped him in his track. So he said, I am fired up today, and I'm ready to go to the front.
Look at the left-hand side in the pylon graphic there as you see the tire compounds. Alex Palou
This
on the
streets
softer
against left hate. I like it.
Herta on the harder tire. Again, big advantage now that Colton has tire temperature because that is the vulnerability on the opening lap. Palou had the advantage, but Herta has been so quick as they go side by side. That's the black and green car of Augie Canapino making moves on Ericsson.
And you talk about Canapino, he's up 7 positions from his starting spot. Bit of contact there, Alex Rossi, Rinus VK in front in the green and black machine. Well, let's take another look at that bold pass from Lundgaard. He's on those softer alternates, like you said, down into turn 8, the most tricky corner on the track.
It was madness, but it was fun madness.
Once Dixon gets heat in those primaries, it's going to be much harder to pull off this kind of move.
On board here is Lundgaard, goes up the inside there. That was fierce and something that Scott Dixon will not forget the rest of this race.
We would never expect a pass like that there. That was bold, and it was good heads up from Scott Dixon too. He saw it coming.
Pure Michigan.
Kind of telegraphed it a bit, and they were successful at getting through.
Yeah, so if I didn't find it, but it's just Speedway by a series. I used to use Speedway, but now it's Shell.
Here's the fight at the front.
Push to pass is now available, so Alex Palou has already burned 3 of the 150 seconds to give you about another 50 horsepower, and that
I think you should
really
get 200
pays off
seconds
down the long
here.
straightaway.
This is such a crucial phase here. There's been a lot of debate up and down pit lane. Which tire is going to be the preferred tire? Bolton on the black sidewall, primary tires. Palou behind on
I like
the
the
green
little
sidewall,
duck thing,
alternate
so
tires.
cool.
They're a little softer,
Hurts brakes.
maybe a little better over a lap, but can they last over a stint?
That's the thing. Once we get to about lap 25, how much of the alternate's going to fall off? We just don't know, and candidly, nobody on pit lane knows. They had a warm-up this morning, 30 minutes, but the track temp was so cold, Marty, that it's really hard to get a read on what the tires will do.
Got to touch more than one before I went
What's
off the
happening
shirt.
to the defending race winner, Alex Palou, in the space of a commercial break, has gone from being on Colton Herta's gearbox to just flailing and dropping to 7th place in this race. Let's check in with Dylan Welsh.
And Scott McLaughlin passed him for second, which started this freight train backwards for Palou. This was McLaughlin's radio as he set up that pass on the 10.
Palou's already graining in the rear. Copy that. It's on used.
And that's a great point. They started used alternates.
I mean, yeah, I don't understand why Palou started on used tires. Especially since the rule is you have to use one set, but it has to be a new set.
Alex Palou was the only one to start on used alternates, the softer tire, and there was concern how long it would last. Just about 45 seconds ago, he said the rears are gone. Then the call was pit this lap. Palou is coming in.
That's a disaster.
Totally.
Because not only does he have
I know
to
it's
come in
early,
way
but that
outside
could
the
be
window.
championship.
Those were
We could look back here in Detroit and say Palou lost the
alternate
championship
tires.
on
The
a
rules
really weird
require
strategy.
that brand new alternates are they have to be used in the races. He dives into the pit, so he's got to run another set.
He's asking the team, are you sure that it's time to bring the DHL Honda to pit road? They say, yeah, Kevin Lee's there.
And if you caught the beginning of that, Barry Wanzer said we're going to use
Palou,
this
we're
to
just
breeze to
gone,
get
but
out of
it's
the way.
fine.
So he thinks this is now a primary race. Differing opinions up and down the
I mean,
pit
they
lane,
got
so
for a
these
tire
are
climb
the
it out very early.
Sidewell Firestones, and Palou is back out, but now some work to do.
Box this time, box.
For no more, part of this
with
race
Christian
was all the laps
Lundgaard,
we
he
lost.
made it 15 laps as there's a big pack up with Kiffin Simpson
Because
and Elio
we
Castro
forgot how
Neves.
to sort the field.
Turn 5.
And of course, guess who? Santino Ferrucci cost
And Lundgaard
this.
got in just in time, Marty.
I was going to ask you, Hinch, did he make it in time?
So-
That's the question. They told him to come. Anyway, you see those primaries going on for Christian Lundgaard, who was a second and a half slower on those alternate tires.
Pit stops under caution. Alex Palou, who had his alternates go away very quickly. This yellow helps. Now he is going to be done with the greens, the softer sidewalls, and he can go primary Firestones the rest of the way, all the way to pit out.
The tires
Also,
are a
we
little
see
harder
Felix Rosenquist, who
because
leads the
Firestone
He
was
is the first of these to win the race
anticipating
up
for
the
hybrid
road.
now, not at
Santino
Mid-Ohio.
Ferrucci, and then Palou barely gets
I should
out
say
ahead
St.
of
Petersburg,
Linus Lundqvist.
not Mid-Ohio,
Beats
excuse
his
me.
teammate out. That's how narrow and tight it is. The reason why we're under a second full course caution here in Detroit. Watch closely. It involves 3 cars: Santino Ferrucci, Elio Castro Neves, and then the rookie Kiffin Simpson at the back in the blue
Poor
and yellow
Kiffin
car
just
has
had nowhere to
Watch
go.
this.
Ferrucci punts him.
14.
I was
charges
penalty
the back
for
of the
that.
66 there.
You see that left front lock. He's trying to get back all the way. Sorry, right front lock, trying to get back to the driver's right. Elio sort of driving mid-track in a defensive position, but not doing anything outside the rules. And
that's likely to get reviewed.
I could see an avoidable contact penalty coming for the 14.
The green flag
So-
waves here on the back straight. Exiting turn 2. Let's go. Track is clean and clear. And Herta leads them, and watch.
I feel like 5-minute
watch that
highlights
car
won't
in third
do
place.
this
Watch Kyle
justice.
Kirkwood working on Scotty Mack, pops out of the draft.
This is the phase where those alternates are going to have the advantage over the primary. Kirkwood's
So,
got a
Chevy,
strike now.
together,
If he
let's
wants to make a
drive.
move, Dixon side by side with Porcher gets checked up by Newgarden. Had to take evasive action mid-corner. Everybody getting through cleanly.
No great surprise, stop and go penalty for the driver of the 14, Santino Ferrucci, for the contact with Elio Castro Neves right here.
Yeah, Ferrucci will know that that's coming. You can hear it in his voice on the radio. Just got caught out, surprised. But he'll pay the price
penalty.
as Herta leads in
Or
that advantage that Kirkwood might have
slam
had on
dunk
the opening
if
lap.
you want
I
to
think
be
it's quickly going to
basketball-y.
dissipate as Pietro Fittipaldi with a nice run there. He's side by side with Rinus VeeKay in the green and black at Carpenter Racing Car. There's Ferrucci.
Back to it, here's a move. Rinus VeeKay on the inside of the 5-Hour Energy Honda. Pietro Fittipaldi, nicely done at turn 1.
Left thumb goes down to push the pass.
See the green flashing lights on either side of the dash. Both of these drivers on the button. This is teammate on teammate. RLL's Fittipaldi in front, Ray Hall on board.
This is what happened. Contact here between teammates.
Oh,
Fittipaldi checks up. Searam's right front wing is certainly damaged a little bit.
And this is Will Power nearly or actually getting in to the right rear of Alex Palou. Doesn't seem to have done any damage, but just shows you how tight and how close the racing is in some of these sections.
Same thing with
So
Menards.
none of the top 14 cars have stopped. You've got to wait until you get to Christian Lundgaard in that Hy-Vee Honda. The first two has pitted so far in this Chevrolet Detroit Grand Prix, and we are almost at quarter race distance. What happened to Scotty Mack?
I was like,
Rear
how
lock in there, Townsend on the way in.
the car's just like, nope, I'm going to stall here. And that obviously brought out the caution.
And then the back came around, Marty, as everybody comes to pit lane in this very valuable window at about the right time.
And then Newgarden gets a penalty here.
Here on the split pit road.
We're hitting
Detroit
equipment.
had zero complaints about his car. He actually went with primary
Oh, sorry,
tires
this is a
here
fuel
on
issue.
this stop for Colton Herta. Joseph Newgarden is up front as well. He's going to alternates, Dylan.
Kyle Kirkwood came in. They got off of the green tires. He actually said it felt like we were getting better even with the tire deg on those greens at the end. They're done with those if they want it. Primaries here for Kirkwood.
All right, now we've got a split group. Those who pitted and those who did not.
Look at that on Joseph Newgarden's onboard camera. I mean, it's starting to rain legitimately now here. And you're right, maybe everyone has to go to rain tires here.
Game on.
But the radar does not show big blobs coming. I mean, if you look at even over in Livonia to the west, there's just nothing there flowing in. But you saw Newgarden almost throw the car away outright, just trying to find some temperature.
It always seems whoever gets to the wets first is able to make the take the best advantage. You see Pato O'Ward on pit road. Joseph Newgarden, maybe that fueling issue has played to their favor. Colton Herta stayed out, however, and he just said on the radio, do we not have someone watching the radar in the truck that can advise us something like this is coming? But Rob Edwards made the point, Hitch, that you just made. He said this is not on the radar. That's why we did not know this was coming.
That's just it. Weather is an imperfect science, and obviously the teams are looking. They're keeping eyes out for this.
It's not hard enough for rain, but that's from the truck.
It is not hard enough for rain, so they're going to gamble, but this restart is going to be uber sketch.
You guys got to decide, but I can barely go through the hairpin.
Colton Herta saying, I can
Slippery
barely
track.
go through the
Slippery
hairpin.
track.
Look at him light it up
Slippery
down the
track.
hill. My goodness.
Oh, this is going to be a
Yeah,
disaster.
you need to come at this time.
Oh, no. So this is terrible news for Colton Herta. They had things firmly under control. There was no sign of this on the radar, and now they'll come in and go to wets. And James, if this disappears in terms of weather, they'll have to come right back to pit lane. They'll get a lap or two out of the wets until the truck
wing
goes.
as you guys can.
but it's more about the fact of all the track position he's lost from the drivers that picked the lap before. So this is a disaster for the 26 crew. You see drivers peeling in that didn't come in last time.
Guess who didn't? Guess who didn't? Lundgaard stayed out. Here's Palou, Kevin.
And he's very much back in the mix. He'd already cycled up to second, but was going to need some help, a lot of help, to be able to get it done on one more stop.
Wish we would have lasted longer because I love good
And he's going to win this race up pit road, Marty.
Colton Herta leads on the rain tires. He's excellent in the rain, but even this is too much for him to handle on the slicks. And yes, there are cars that have stayed out not on rain tires, but I know among them Christian Lundgaard, who is leading this group, is coming down next time. It's just too much right now for slicks.
Yeah, saw the 45 high V crew at RLL.
Stay out, man. Let's see where this goes.
I like it.
Yep, okay.
I
Cool with
like
that.
it. Christian Lundgaard.
It took
There
forever.
you go, the driver overruling. Finally, Hinch and Townsend, you get your way.
I think that could be the winning move. If he can hang on, if they don't throw the green right away, this track's going to dry up, and Lundgaard can stay out. If he can hang on to his
He
race
was going to
car,
drive
why not
eventually
gamble?
because it didn't rain that long.
That's Rossi comes in.
Yeah, making that call to go to dries.
Is there
annoying?
These guys
how
in the front are going to be
many laps we put in trying to sort the
running on a
field?
polished wooden floor, trying to get traction. It's
Very,
going to be
very
crazy.
annoying.
Here we go, back straight, back to green,
So-
with a mix of wet and dry weather tires, and Kyle Kirkwood takes the fight to Christian Lundgaard. How's this turn 3 going to shape up? More so, the exit. What's the exit of this turn going to be like? Power on the inside. Oh, and hits VK.
I think Power almost got backwards. VK is the one that turns around.
I don't think Powers got a penalty for that.
Question is,
But
did he
you know.
stall?
His failure to pack up penalty is about to become an avoidable contact penalty, but this again
But
plays
pack
into
up
the
penalty's
hands
so
of the
stupid.
drivers that stayed out on slicks.
This is how it went down from Will Power's point of view.
They go 3 wide, Power up the inside. Actually, initially I thought that was Power's fault, but Rinus VK came arcing across the bow of Power, so I don't put that on Power at all. In fact, VK with avoidable contact, I believe in that scenario.
Well, here's the thing. VK thought he was just having to clear the one car of the Hookos Honger, then the 12 came
I
in.
don't understand how you don't rule out
racing
racing incident.
Among them, Colton Herta going to go to the alternate tires now.
Like-
It's completely stopped raining. Christian Lundgaard also coming down pit road to take on.
It's just
some
free
tires as
drivers
well.
going for a small gap. That's a
Alex
racing
Palou
incident.
debated it until the very last moment. He gets off of the wet Firestones back onto the primary.
And here's the
Oh,
audience
no!
penalty.
Oh no! Joseph Newgarden ran over the wheel gun, and it threw him into the wall.
I don't
One of
know.
the pit crew members was scrambling. Christian Lundgaard
I don't know
also had
why
a
it
moment
took-
in his pit box when he hit a wheel.
I believe I saw Joseph Newgarden's inside front tire changer, Caitlin Brown, right there with the
Yeah.
blonde hair. I think she went down. Nice to see that at least she's up and appears to be all right.
Watch this. We'll show you a replay. Watch the hose and the gun. So here's Lundgaard first, and he hits the tire of the front right changer. Didn't hit the changer, but hit the tire. It's Newgarden in that box behind that you're watching on his release.
It's so slick down here in pit lane, guys. When it's wet, this concrete section, almost no grip at all. So we're seeing now the two getting serviced, and they just didn't get the gun back fast enough. Look at how quick the reaction was.
Oh,
My goodness.
so close for the high V members there.
All right, here we go.
I mean, that was obvious
Kyle
penalty for
Kirkwood in the
Newgarden.
AutoNation
That's-
Honda
and you
leads
see why it's a
Scotty Dixon in the
penalty.
PNC Bank Honda. Then Marcus Ericsson and Romain Grosjean. They are all on the same
It's a team
strategy.
sport.
They all
I know
did it the
if
last time.
some people
Here,
don't agree with
popping out
that,
of
but
the draft,
racing is a team
Alexander
sport.
Rossi. Into turn 3.
You pick who are your teammates,
Now,
and the
stop
driver
raining,
is the
but it's
captain.
Still slick. The track will have lost a bit of grip, will have cooled down, but Rossi making the outside work in turn 3 on Grosjean. Now Palou looking on the inside of Tristan Vautier.
Is the Gainbridge Honda of Colton Herta, the yellow, white,
Whoa.
and black car on the inside of Palou, and then takes himself out of it. Oh my goodness, almost hit Vautier. That's frustration boiling over.
I don't think Colton Herta needed to do that. As fast as his race car was, he didn't have front tire temperature. He just paid
We're
a
not running out
huge
of
penalty. It
caution.
goes from bad to worse.
As we get ready to go back racing, green flag. Here we go, back straight, let's go.
I like how
Jump from
clearly
Kirkwood as the
restart zone
green
is
flag
marked.
waves. Dixon in line, Ericsson behind that, but you called it, Diff. Alex Rossi, that orange and white McLaren looking to line up the 28.
Goes to the outside of Marcus Ericsson. It's the long way round. Ericsson
Enough.
drives him a little
It should be
longer.
the,
Big contact. Lundgaard Lundgaard and Grosjean smash each other.
Man, this would. My goodness, this was kind of for me.
Oh, Lundgaard trying to reverse off the pin move.
This race was a meme, man. Hi, Connor.
Armstrong there waving his hand around. He's needing a refire, but look, it was Lundgaard trying to do the same move he did on that first lap.
Let's go back racing. Cross your fingers, folks. We want to get through that first hairpin, which is turn 3, all cleanly. Alexander Rossi is lining up Marcus Ericsson again. Watch the cars second and third. Rossi likes that outside line, but Ericsson's going to make him wait for it. Inside goes Rosenqvist. There's another collision. Teo Pourchaire couldn't get that car pulled up fast enough.
Green after this
another
somehow.
collision, but not a caution.
Oh, yes. The Hukos Hollinger driver of Canapino shoves it right back in there.
Stingray Robb nearly collecting the back of Scott Dixon in the number 9. It's still chaos out here.
You can see that front wing damage too on the green and blue car at Graham Rahal from earlier in this race. That thing's starting to really flop around.
Just got word from race control. Joseph Newgarden, the
I mean, I don't know why it took him so long to give him a penalty
for that pit box infraction. And that moment, that was pretty scary. So
it was a clear penalty. I don't know why it took IndyCar so long to give it to him.
Surprised also, race control is taking a look at Marcus Ericsson for moving in the brake zone there, closing the door on Alex Rossi. You see 2 Team Penske cars doing drive-through. Will Power
was
on the
such a
right-hand
stupid
side getting one as well.
They're handing out the penalties just like the cautions. The 45 Hy-V Honda, Christian Lundgaard, avoidable contact, stop and go penalty. As Rossi defends from below. Pato Award is in the mix. Rosenqvist, Fittipaldi, Porsche.
Race control is way too involved.
In the top 10.
Even with that contact on the restart in turn 3, Canapino holding on to it. Teo Pourchaire, I'm surprised they're maybe not asking him to give that position back. There it is, on board with the number 6, just in way too hot, gets into the back of one of the Meyer Shank entries.
Hinch, how tough are these IndyCar Delar chassis? I mean, we've seen some monster bowling ball-like contacts here, and yet Pourchaire will probably have a penalty almost certainly, but the race car still seems all right. It's crazy. Stingray Robb into the tires. Caution.
Scott Dixon rubbing his hands together. Oh, the cautions come out, but the car's still running. He's getting it backed up.
Yeah, but there's no taking back a full course caution. Once it's out, the procedure starts. Stingray looks to have stalled it there on the reverse move. Let's see what happened.
To be fair, that was
with Scott McLaughlin.
Some kind of pet service. I love our Pray.com sponsor.
Gonna go for it.
It'll be, I don't know if that's going to be a penalty or not. He got pretty far up alongside, would you say?
He did. He came from a bit back, but who knows? It could be a trifecta for Team Penske with driver penalties.
The race comes to pit road, Dylan.
And the original plan for the 27 of Kirkwood was to end this race on the green tires, but discussion between Brian Herta and the driver Kyle Kirkwood have them going to scuffed primaries to end this one. Shell fuel and 4 tires, Marty.
Bottom left of your screen, Alexander Rossi comes in third. They actually have a set of sticker alternates in the pit stop, but they decide to go with scuffed primary tires in the race off a drag race between Alex Palou and Alexander Rossi. I believe Palou jumps Rossi here on pit road.
Let's see if I can get a die-cast of our Pride car. A Palou.
Green to go.
Man's going to target to get it. But unfortunately, France ain't using both.
To try and get by Scott Dixon as quickly as he can, if he can. Dixon's not hanging about, though.
No, but Dixon's going to have to go into fuel save mode pretty soon here. Colton Herta, on the other hand, is going to try to make some moves, get that lap back, and hope for a yellow.
Unfortunately, we did.
Spins and blocks the track for Alex Palou.
Championship leader stopped on the racetrack. The caution is out once again.
This is such a weird race.
And Colton Herta gets another chance to try and unlap himself. Very quickly on the inside was Kyle Kirkwood. See that pink and white and black car on the right? 5 cars back. He's already cleared Tristan Vautier. And Ericsson, his teammates behind him. And then Alexander Rossi.
Linus Lundqvist is the next. Oh!
Good work from Alex Rossi there to avoid Ericsson. He had to switch one
I think
side
Ericsson
to the
hit
other.
us.
Side by side now in the 4, advantage to Ericsson. Let's see if Rossi wants to be brave down the hill into turn 5. We've
All right,
seen
we're
it
going to
go
cover
wrong
some
here
real quick
before
news
today.
before we go to future predictions
Kept
portion.
in line, but
First, we got to cover the
Global Driver.
Game
Hey guys,
6.
massive success. We've gone through turns 3 and 5 with no incidents.
Let's
Let's
celebrate.
go!
Hold your breath, guys, because here comes Kyle
Be
Kirkwood
game
up the
6,
inside of the
game
lap
6,
car of
wow.
Linus Lundqvist, who's putting up a huge fight.
They bang wheels, but no worries. Through turn 9, a lap is completed under green flag conditions. This is good stuff. How about Marcus Armstrong in that orange group car? There he is at the back there climbing the hill. The young Kiwi is driving brilliantly and is on target for his career best result.
So now we wonder, does Dixon need to save? Let's listen. Not
It's a little, it's not
Mitch,
much.
again, I'm going to wonder, are they racing for a splash here? He's already put 3.5 seconds in one lap on Kirkwood.
2 laps
Marcus
to
Ericsson,
go.
this is how he got by his teammate Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle couldn't fight it.
I was hoping
Didn't fight it.
Marcus was going to
unusual.
win, but unfortunately he did not.
Kind of saw him coming and wasn't sure he was going to make the corner and decided to just open him up and not risk the contact. But guys, Ericsson's been one of the fastest cars on the racetrack, been in the top 3 quickest cars for the last handful of laps. You can see the gap that he has pulled already.
Tell you what, he's not that far behind Marcus Armstrong. He's not going to hang on just for third. He may get second. He might want the win. All right, here we go. Look at this. Is Ericsson closer? Can he do anything about Marcus Armstrong?
I think Ericsson was my driver of the day.
Marcus goes wide.
We've seen some great defensive driving from Armstrong already in turn 3. He knows how to keep Andretti Global cars behind him. He did it to Kyle Kirkwood for a number of laps. He's only got to hang on 3 more times through that 3rd turn to bring home that 2nd place.
And the best IndyCar finish of his career by far.
Oh, yeah. Well, if he gets there, he certainly earned it, hasn't he? This way, being pressured by Marcus Ericsson all the way to the flag as the laps are running out.
It was a Marcus fight for the final few laps.
3 laps to go. 3 laps to go here.
Exactly that.
Here was a struggle for Ericsson to get.
It was such a good battle, man. I'm glad we.
Those Firestone's really starting to struggle late in this race.
By the way, we've been consumed by this. In the background, Christian Lundgaard has had a phenomenal drive to claw his way back to 5th. Are you kidding?
Well, either that or Power. I was either Ericsson or Power. Amazing Power was my driver of the day, but you saw me wear a Real Power shirt
Reverse off, and now he's battling
during the last podcast, so I could be considered a little bit biased.
Kirkwood's the next one on his list. Excuse me. This is Power.
Lundgaard in front of Rossi. This is the red car of Will Power.
Once he stopped crashing, we actually had some good racing. I don't know why people hate this track. If it was Julian Palmer, he has to be alert on a street circuit.
At the head of this field, Scott Dixon is ahead of these 2 here, Marcus Armstrong. And
so we've been live for about an hour now. I know this is hour 7, but we started.
There are just 2 laps to go.
Excuse me, 5 minutes into a stream.
Of IndyCar racing,
so
AJ Foyt has the most wins and the most championships. Well, if Dixon can hang on for 2 more laps, he's going to be within 9 wins of tying AJ Foyt. However, in the bigger picture, Scott Dixon takes the championship lead, and he is
Scott Dixon
trying
did take the championship
to get a 7th title. Who has 7 titles?
Oh, here comes
AJ
the line.
Foyt. Here's Ericsson on the inside for 2nd. The 2 Marcuses, but it's Ericsson in front.
Really nice pass from Marcus Ericsson from way back. Same move he put on his teammate Kyle Kirkwood, but I'll go back to the pass that Scott Dixon made on Colton Herta to get ahead, to get away from Ericsson. It might just be enough, but Ericsson now with clean air. It'll be 1 lap to go at the line. And
yeah,
Ericsson
if you can't
will
support
be
me on
pushing
Stream Boots.
with everything he's got.
Tip if you can.
2 miles. I don't think there's time to close down a 2-second gap. Great drive for Marcus Ericsson to get himself into this position, but Dixon has taken the white flag.
1.6 miles to go. Ericsson's got, what, 11 seconds of push to pass left. Dixon, the fuel-saving master, the race-winning master, is so close to becoming this season's first multi-time winner. He won on the famed streets of Long Beach. And here on the streets of Detroit,
So,
Scott Dixon. Just that calm voice of Mike Hull on the radio, the managing director of Chip Ganassi Racing, the way that they can just tiptoe through the chaos and stick to their plan.
And the confidence in the numbers, knowing the fuel that they have, knowing the fuel their driver is able to achieve while maintaining pace, just like Long Beach. He appears to have done it again.
And the 43-year-old New Zealander in a couple of weeks will be racing at the biggest sports car race in the world at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. But
which
right
I'll be
here
covering.
in the Motor City, Scott Dixon and Chip Ganassi Racing win. They spoil the GM party.
Remember where victory lane is.
Remember where victory lane is. Scott Dixon knows that
Good
more
weekend
than
for
anybody
Honda.
in the modern era on how to
Almost
get to
swept
victory
top
lane.
5.
Dixon does it again.
So,
Scott Dixon climbs out. We're kind of running out of superlatives for Dixon with another masterful save.
all right. So, and here are Game 6 highlights.
Will it be a Panthers-Oilers Cup final, or will the Stars be Oilers here tonight? We're underway, Game 6, and it's Kevin Bouchard playing it to the Dallas line. Hit the mark, and it's Sagan up for Hintz. Here's Hintz for Robertson, shooting it. A stop there by Skinner, another one off the post, and Sagan comes close.
Really was the difference. Here's the good early chances by the Stars. One little short side shot and then a rotation back the other side.
Tyler Sagan's got it down low, broken up by Kulak. Puck is picked off, and here's Robertson turning in the zone. He puts it on goal. Back to Bouchard. Now they get it organized. Down for McDavid. There is Draisaitl. Watched carefully by Lindell. Across to McDavid. Moves to the outside. Works his way. What a goal! Wow! 1-0 Edmonton.
Just a beautiful goal by McDavid. Got to watch this game with my mom after watching Mini Hard Race, which is why we're streaming today. Instead of Monday.
Ability to make plays in tight. You have to think of his ability to pass the puck. Gets you thinking, okay, where's he going to put it? Instead, right around Haskin and pulls it to the backhand, up and over Ottinger. He's such a threat with the pass. This time, though, takes it.
Still looking for his first point of this series. Kulak under duress. Pavelski now put it in front, and Skinner with a good stick.
The order penalty kill has been working in unison through this 9-game.
Bulls have had a extremely long penalty kill streak. I'm just running out of words to describe.
Puck still loose, and McDavid trying to flip it towards Hyman. Kept alive by Donov.
With penalty kill streak.
First 13 minutes of Game 6. Got it again. 1-on-1.
And next week is Road America, which we'll cover here. And it's Sunday. Got NASCAR, F1, IndyCar this weekend. It's going to be fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Sun, sun, sun.
97 back in. It's been a master class. Scores! The Hyman from McDavid. 2-0 Edmonton.
Just an easy play, a little chip to the outside, draws two men to him, and you just need the one guy who's most dangerous.
Zach Hyman, the leading goal scorer of the playoffs, has his 14th.
So
And McDavid has his 10th point. Here's Wayne to the backhand. Stopped by Skinner. A pushback by Dallas. It'll come to Duchesne. Oh, he had room up top, but not able to find the back of the net. Close call there. And Dallas is the net. Center scores. And Dallas is on the board. 10:42 to go.
it's funny how that's the only way Dallas could have scored.
To the inside, but watch the bounce off the back, and you know immediately Skinner knows I got to try to get back. He gets out of the way so the puck doesn't bounce on him, hoping that he's got some support behind him as this one goes right in, and it's Bouchard.
Kulak around for Holloway. Stopped up at the line by Hastings. And here's State. Bouchard around. It's kept the line shot, and that didn't miss. But not by Robertson.
Man, I'm just getting chills again rewatching this.
To the Stanley Cup final.
Wait, did they add up the streamers being shot off? They did. What the hell, man? But alright, yeah. We have two interesting stories to talk about. I don't know why Red Bull is keeping Checo. Excuse me. I just don't get that. And I also don't get why more than likely we're getting Fox. And we're gonna pull up a story from Racer.com. Let me find the actual server. Marshall Pruitt wrote it in his mailbag. I mean, I don't care what place he is. I've had two secret figures in IndyCar paddock and one big name outside IndyCar telling me NPC has offered to place all races that working yield deal. I also heard bad sources at Detroit really believe it as well. I mean, I don't. So we're literally gonna really have a chance for every race to be on big NBC. But if IndyCar's like, nah, fam, we don't want that. What the hell is what you're doing? What are we doing? I don't know what you sent it to the 12-man fair. I apologize for sending it to the 12-man, but I had to. But anyways, welcome to the future prediction portion where I try to predict the future, which if it was for IndyCar, this race or this week wouldn't be as long, but you know. I don't think it's really anything significant until Saturday, which would be K1. Excuse me, the Stanley Cup final, which at the beginning of the season, who thought it was going to be for Oilers? I think unfortunately, I think actually we win game 1. And then Sunday, F1 starts just before IndyCar and NASCAR. Glad I have YouTube TV because I can watch all three at once. Can't do it on the computer, but I can do it on the TV back there. Max Verstappen's gonna win Canada. Ironically, all three series are for road courses this week. I think Lando is gonna finish second. Third, what is the Leclerc? Kind of disappointing after he won Monaco, but oh, excuse me. See. For IndyCar, I think Scott McLaughlin is gonna win. And then second for Scott Dixon. And then Will Power third. I gotta do podium for NASCAR too. My NASCAR podium since we're at Sonoma is Chase Elliott, Daniel Suarez, and Kyle Larson. All right, so that will. Oh, apparently you can warn people now. Cool. That Twitch. That is actually a good motivation feature. I actually have to give him a round of applause for that. Usually I'm like, oh no, Twitch, what are you doing? But they've been able to give out warnings now. It's awesome. Thank you, Twitch, for that. But anyways, that's going to do it for today. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. God bless. I still believe that Jesus is Lord. And I will see you Friday after IndyCar practice for a little bit of Sims 4. I don't see. I threw someone else because I thought she'd be live right now, but she's not. Which stinks, but yeah, let's go raid Lori. Don't know how much longer we're going to be streaming because I've been live for 3 hours and we're in France. So it's pretty late over there. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!